Alright guys, Manchester City have just beaten Newcastle 4-3 in what was a really good game to watch, to be fair. Even Newcastle looked good going forward today. And the fact that Man City played as a slightly weakened team defensively, and obviously they put Scott Carson in goal, it gave Newcastle a chance, and it was a really good game. Ferran Torres played really well. I think a few weeks ago, obviously Guardiola said Man City will not be signing a new striker. Did he know something that all fans didn't? Did he know that he already has his Sergio Aguero replacement potentially in Ferran Torres? Because the 3 goals he scored today were absolutely clinical finishes, and the first one was like a goal of the season potentially. It was that good, a flick over the keeper on his heel from a really fast whipped in corner from Gundogan. And the other two were again really good strikers finishes. João Cancelo scored the first goal for Man City. It took a big deflection, but it was a good strike nonetheless. And for Newcastle, they scored 2 penalties. Well, 1 penalty and 1 rebound from a penalty from Joe Willock and Joe Linton, and also a brilliant header by Emil Kraft. And I think today's game did show us a few things. I think it showed us that Kyle Walker should not be starting at the Euros. Fair enough if Gareth Southgate thinks he has to pick him in the squad, but I don't think Walker's as quick as he used to be. I think he is starting to slow down now. He's hitting, well, what is he? He must be in his maybe just turned 30 now, and he's losing it. He seems to be losing his pace a bit. And that was one of the things he had going for him. Now, don't get me wrong, he is a decent player, but defensively, he can be so stupid inside the box. Why on earth do you stick a leg out when Joe Willock is just about to nick the ball past you? What you do there is you try and keep him on the outside, so like keep him by the byline so he can't cut inside. Because what Joe Willock's effectively doing there is he's tapped the ball past him, knowing that Kyle Walker's going to be stupid enough to stick a leg out. It was just stupid. And for Nathan Ake as well, the same goes for him. Obviously, he's had a lot of injuries this season, but I don't think he's good enough for Man City, to be honest. Defensively today, he was very poor as well. The second goal for Newcastle, the penalty for Joe Linton, San Maximin. First of all, he's trying to play the offside on San Maximin. Why? One of the quickest players in the league, and by the time the ball's played, he's still a yard onside, even though the linesman didn't think so. And then his positioning's poor. Sam Maximin Joe Linton goes 1-on-1 with him, and he just dives in, and Joe Linton has put his leg down because he's going to turn inside, and Nathan Ake's wiped it out with him. It's just ridiculous defending from Man City today. Scott Carson, you can't blame him. It's his first game in about 3 years, and he's got to be nearing 50 by now. It's just the fact that they gave Man City a guard of honour at the start of the game, and Scott Carson's just walking through the line. Well deserved, Scott. Well deserved. But other than that, City were amazing. I felt Ake and Walker were the only 2 bad performers today. Gundogan played really well. Gundogan is so weird. Like when you look at his physique, he isn't like built like like Ronaldo, is he? He's looks like your average Sunday league footballer, doesn't he? He's got a bit of a belly on him, and he's just amazing, isn't he? To be fair, with the ball, and for the last 15 minutes of the game, they City were just like Newcastle couldn't get a kick. It was just amazing to watch. It was like watching Barcelona in 2010. And I was trying to think, hang about, they haven't got their best lineup out, and they're playing like this. Who've they got in midfield? They've got Rodri, they've got Bernardo Silva, and they've got Gundogan in midfield, and also Sterling and Torres and Gabriel Jesus did get involved at times. But those three are really underrated in my opinion. Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, and Rodri. I've never really had that much. Never really thought Rodri was that great. I've always thought Fernandinho's the better player out of the two. But when you need to keep possession, he is just, you can't go wrong with him. He doesn't lose the ball. And like, I don't think Rodri is as good defensively as Fernandinho, but like, he is still really good. Bernardo Silva, Liverpool fans may not like him because he can be a bit of a troll on Twitter, but I kind of like players who like have a bit of banter with rival fans on Twitter. Like Richarlison does it to Liverpool fans, and I just like it more than anything, to be honest. Like there's very few players these days that just like winding up fans, and it's just I just think it's funny. People go on about him like he's the worst person in the world. It's just a bit of banter, but he just runs the game. But I do want to talk about a few Newcastle players today. Almiron and like Newcastle did perform really well today. They just got done by the best team in the league. Simple as, really. I thought San Maximin, Willock, and Almiron all played really well. Shelvey was really unlucky not to score an absolute screamer of a free kick. Defensively, maybe not as good as they were when they had Rafa Benitez in charge. But to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of how Newcastle fans, like, fair enough, you should want your owner out. He doesn't spend enough. He doesn't put enough money into the club. That's correct. But I don't like how they constantly are on Steve Bruce's back. You should, like, yeah, I'm completely against Mike Ashley. Like, do everything you can to make, like, well, I don't know what you can do at this point, but to get him to leave the club. But Steve Bruce, I don't think he's done that bad of a job at Newcastle. Like, fair enough, there are points through the season where Newcastle are awful. I think at the start of this year, they did have a really bad run. But over the past couple of months, I've actually really enjoyed watching Newcastle, to be fair. And I think because they have these runs where they are really good to watch, I think that does just about enough to keep them up every season at the moment anyway. I think if they can get I think with Jamal Lascelles, he's not looked well. He's barely played this season, has he? But he was like seen as the leader. I think if you can get someone who can just like general the back four sort of, then I think you'll be safe again next season. I think your midfield's good enough. Matt Ritchie, since he's come back into the teams, looks really good. I don't see what Steve Bruce is doing awfully wrong, to be honest. Like, fair enough, he's not Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola, but he's a good enough manager to be in charge of this Newcastle team. But anyway, that's pretty much all I've got to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.